What's a mistake you made in a relationship in the past you don't want to repeat?
In my last relationship, I was not following his lead. That was a mistake that I made. I follow my man's lead now, 100%.
Wait, what? I'm just curious. Why did you not want to follow his lead with the last guy?
I was young. I didn't know any better.
Did you buy into the idea of feminism that tells you be strong and independent, you don't need no man?
I more than likely did.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Fair enough.
This says it all. We have a woman here who has seen both sides. She's been a feminist and realized how it is a main cause of rifts between a man and a woman in relationships. She then learned from her mistake, now follows her man's lead, and is now happy in her relationship. This is a unique woman who has realized the lies of feminism. Modern women, on the other hand, are a different story. What do modern women really want? They want the authority of a man, the privileges of a woman, the responsibility of a child, a world that revolves around them, a man's status and resources, Chad or Tyrone's seed. Women who want equality need to be aware of what they are asking for. To get the equality of men, they must be treated like men. To be treated like men, they must work alongside men in hard jobs, not office jobs. Traditionally, the purpose of a man paying for his date's steak dinner is to demonstrate that he would financially provide for his future family while his future wife gives birth to babies and raises the children, and maybe also has many other household duties. Some of the women who raise children and do other household duties also have careers, or they did have careers and will continue their careers as soon as the children grow up. They are feminists because they expect to be treated respectfully. I don't see feminism as a negative quality. If a woman today is saying why the older generation women wanted to be independent, clearly doesn't know the history as to why. I can't I'm these women feminist, but I prefer the older version when it was simple. Being allowed to vote, owning your own property / working for your daily means. Also, what did these modern women expect? Did they believe that now they are equal to men and comes with their strength, stamina, and being able to lift stuff like magic? It doesn't happen with a snap or being confident. You have to freaking work for it. The die has been cast, unfortunately. You've been independent for a long time, and you've done damage. We men can't unsee the apathy, the lack of appreciation, the resentment, the spite that cast our way without cause. Women as a collective have to apologize for the damage they've done before healing can begin. But it won't happen, so we'll have to go further down this path. Traditional men knew their role in society and inside their house. Outside, they were fighting battles, and inside, they were bringing security, provision, and protection to their wives and children. Over the years, as gender roles changed, women no longer wanted a traditional man who had authority inside the house. After that, they started having problems with men having authority in offices. Then feminism happened, and that led to modern women taking over traditionally masculine roles in society. Today, they're tired of it and want the traditional man back because they realize they're not meant to live a masculine life. It goes against their nature, biology, and physiology. Men also saw that being tough was becoming less and less acceptable in society. They understood that the government, the media, and society in general were all set up to favor women and repress males. Who, in their right mind, would agree to a contract that stipulates that the other party is entitled to the other's home, land, savings, alimony, child support, furnishings, big screen TV, tax return, and dog at any time. The man only receives his clothing and shading equipment while being homeless and owing child support for 18 years. You cannot make up a worse deal than that. Women think that men can't walk away forever. Wrong. Men have no problem walking away and never, ever coming back. With the deck being stacked against men the way it is, walking away and staying away forever is the only option for men who value their sanity and their lives. Women made relationships with men transactional, and now they're freaking out because men accepted the challenge and flipped the script back on females. They want traditional men now after years of riding the carousel and racking up a huge body count. No thanks. Could you ever trust someone like this? In modern times, women hate stability and assurance the way men hate chaos and uncertainty. When the modern woman offers nothing other than monkey double backflips, only an incredibly naive simp would invest in them. Women thought 50 Shades of Grey was real, and a Chad like Christian Grey would fall hopelessly in love with Miss Average. It was totally realistic that he didn't want a prenup. At every turn, child support is viewed as alimony. If women are biologically inclined to love a provider, this unemployment test is an almost sure way to get a divorce. It's as if a woman wants to test our love and decides to overeat and do no exercise. You will definitely lose interest in her after some time. They don't need a man. They said it loud and clear. They got their own money, their own homes, their own 401k, dental, medical. They pay for their own food, clothing, vacations. They are fully functional. Adults who don't need a father by proxy, don't need a supervisor or manager. They have their own autonomy, their own agency, their direction in life. They do not need a man. So what is their problem? They have state protection with laws so vague that if you breathe, it's considered harassment. If they cross your line of sight and you notice them, you're a creep. They use dating to hunt and gather intel on rich guys, Chad CEO, Tyrone Trademaster, create Excel sheets on locations, times, and places, then headhunt the best option, placing them in viable placements for monkey branching. They don't want to put in the work. The man must find them, chase them, acquire them, please them, placate them, pamper and praise them because they are all queen princesses and deserve so much more because they exist. With so many streams of income at their fingertips, they don't even need a home, just have a ring light, a phone, and a Nova account, and the money rains in better than an open roof in a thunderstorm. The anti-male feminist women of today have incredibly high body counts, and they're proud of it. They're proud of the fact that they don't have any responsibilities towards their own bodies and towards their own well-being. They constantly try to oppress and subjugate men and feel they've accomplished something when they do. They deliberately reject and ignore men so that they can get an ego massage of how they are superior to men. It is totally irrational for feminists to base their entire life and their feminist philosophy on the 1% of men who have harmed women in the past and use it to treat every male of the other 99% in the same way. And this is the reason why contemporary women have such a high body count today. They've associated it with independence, freedom, and retaliation against the 1% of males who did mistreat women. Modern women today have incredibly high body counts because they've equated that with being independent and free, and with getting back at those 1% men who actually did oppress women. This is why I feel that modern feminism has lied to women in general. Modern feminism has robbed women of their meaning and purpose, and given them a new purpose that is only making women more and more miserable. You only have to go and see the women around your society or online today to know what I mean. Women are miserable because of feminism. They think they're part of some positive movement that liberates them of their worries when in fact, it only steals their value from them. I was recently reading a study that said women who enter the marriage without a notch count, which is now a rarity, are the least likely to divorce. Women with 10 or more partners are the most likely to divorce, but this only became true in recent years, the study said. This only goes to show that the more women sleep around, the more they're likely to lose any sense of loyalty and future stability when it comes to relationships. On top of that, no man truly wants to be with a woman who has a high body count. It saddens me to say this, but the rift between men and women has already widened to the point that talking to women will not change anything. You can present them with all the data, facts, and stats, and you won't make a dent in their emotional bubble. They will always hit you with the my reality and my truth arguments. Like the old saying goes, actions speak louder than words. Because of this, we must give them our silence, absence, and indifference. These will speak infinitely louder than our words ever could. Thanks for watching Man Reacts. Show us your love and support by liking this video, sharing it with your friends, and subscribing to the channel. And let us know your thoughts on this in the comments. We're always up for a healthy debate and discussion.